The three little pigs are camping. Once upon a time, in the loveliest part of the forest, a mother pig and her three little baby pigs were living happily. One day, the little pig, Gurki, the middle piggy, Torki, and the oldest piggy, Porki, told their mother that they wanted to go camping.
Mom, all our friends went on summer vacation. There's no one left to play with. If you let us, we want to camp by the lake.
The mother pig could not turn down this request of her kids. This is a good idea, my kids. Of course you can camp. But be sure to choose the right place to camp and make sure your tents are solid, okay?
Hooray! Hooray! Hooray!
The next day, the piggies left for camp. After walking on the forest road for a while, a wolf with sharp teeth and angry eyes followed them.
Here's an amazing meal that will keep me fed tomorrow morning.
But the pig brothers didn't even notice the wolf following them. Gurki, Torki, and Porki finally arrived at the shore of the lake, and they found a nice place to camp there. First, the youngest piggy, Gurki, decided to make his tent near a tree. He quickly gathered up the large leaves to build his little tent. And before you could say piggly wiggly, he was done. The oldest piggy, Porky, came up to his youngest brother and took a look at his tent.
Your tent is beautiful, Gurki, but do you think this tent is sturdy? Yeah, of course it is sturdy, my brother.
The middle piggy, Torki, decided to make his tent from reeds. To do this, he gathered the reeds on the ground and quickly connected them together and finished his tent faster than you could say piggly wiggly. But when the oldest piggy, Porky, came to his middle brother and saw the tent made of reeds, he warned his brother.
Brother, your tent is beautiful, but will these reeds protect you from danger? Look, I chose the tallest reeds. My tent will never be damaged.
Since the two little piggies finished their tents so quickly, they started to play and have fun, which may have been their reason for building tents so quickly. The scary-looking wolf carefully watched them secretly. While his little brothers played, Porky started to make his own tent out of thick tree branches. He worked a lot until almost evening, and when he was finished, he had a strong, secure tent that would protect him from dangers. Torki and Gurki were very impressed when they saw their brother's tent.
Your tent is very nice, my brother, but you spent all that time working and didn't play with us.
When the evening came and the sun went down, the three little piggies decided to go to the carrot party in the forest. Of course, the sneaky wolf followed them. The three little pigs found a lot of rabbits at the party, and that makes sense because it was a carrot party.
Oh, it looks like such a fun party. I want to taste all the carrots.
The piggies mingled with the rabbits and had fun for hours.
Have fun, piggies. Tomorrow, I too will have a lot of fun when I feast on you.
As the party ended, the three pig brothers realized how tired they were and returned to their little campsite. And the big bad wolf waited for them all night. Waking up on his second day in the camp, Gurki heard a voice from outside.
Come out, you little piggy, or else, with just one blow, I will destroy your tent.
My tent is very strong. You can't do anything.
Okay, then. 1, 2, 3.
The wolf took a deep breath, so big that he blew away all the leaves of the little piggy's tent, and it fell to pieces. Gurki barely escaped with his life and immediately ran to his brother Torki's tent. Soon after, the wolf arrived in front of the reed tent made by the middle piggy.
I know you're both in there. Come out, you little piggies, or else I will destroy your tent.
My tent will never break down.
Okay then. 1, 2, 3.
Once again, the wolf took a deep breath so big that he blew away all the reeds of the piggy's reed tent, and it fell to pieces. Gurki and Torki barely escaped with their lives. They immediately ran to their big brother Porki's tent.
Brother, help us. The wolf destroyed our tents. And now he's coming here. Then we must take action immediately. Come with me.
Working together, Porki, Torki, and Gurki dug a deep hole in front of the tent. Then they got out using the ladder in the pit, and they covered it with an earthen cloth. And then they entered the tent that Porki made of sturdy branches. They finished just in time because the hungry wolf came right over to Porki's tent.
Come out, you little piggies, or else, with just one mighty blow, I will destroy your tent.
Don't waste your time, bad wolf. You can't damage this tent.
Let's see then. 1, 2, 3.
The wolf blew with all his might, but nothing happened to the tent. The wolf came a step closer and blew again, but to no avail. The tent didn't even shake. The wolf took one step closer to the tent, and this time,
No!
he fell into the pit dug by the piggies. Seeing that the wolf had fallen, the piggies came out of the tent and crossed the edge of the pit in front of them. Then, these lovely pig brothers quickly returned to their mother to tell her what had happened.
Mom, you were right. We should have been more careful in the camp. First, we should check the environment before camping, and whatever happens, we should set up the tents firmly. Yes.
The mother pig hugged her children tightly as they returned home. And all throughout the summer break, they played with each other and had fun.
In a forest lived a rather rickety mouse. He was so afraid of the fox, the wolf, and even himself for that matter, that if the wind blew and a branch cracked, he looked around for a hole he could hide in. Because of this, all the little animals made fun of him.
How scared is he?
You're even scared of the wind.
You're so scared.
You're so scared.
You're so scared. One day, the mouse got his act together and went over to see the king of the jungle, the lion. The lion had just finished having his lunch. He was taking a nap in front of the cave. The mouse's friends were all curious as to what the mouse had planned. The mouse started to climb up the lion's tail. He got up on the lion's back. With a very confident look on his face, he posed to his friends. Although he was very scared, he was doing everything in his hand not to make it obvious. Right at that moment, the lion woke up. And as he shook his fur, the mouse fell off. The mouse and the lion came eye to eye. All the other animals were worried.
Oh no, the lion will swallow the mouse. What nerve, what courage. What are you doing on my back?
King of the jungle, please don't eat me. I'm the most scared and the most vulnerable of them all. My life passes on by shaking with fear. If a leaf falls off of the tree, I'm scared. I'm fed up with this. I want to get rid of this fear. You're the king of the jungle. With just one big roar, the animals fear you. Would you consider taking me into your custody?
The lion listened to the mouse in silence. The mouse was wondering what his reply was going to be.
And why should I help you? Give me one good reason as to why I shouldn't eat you.
Your help will be returned, I promise. Maybe one day I will help you.
As soon as the mouse finished what he had to say, the lion roared in such a way.
How can such a tiny mouse as yourself be of any help to me?
But seeing the tiny mouse shaking in front of him, the lion decided not to eat him.
Thank God I am full. Now get out of my sight.
The mouse ran and got away from there. Watching all that was happening from afar, the friends of the mouse were really surprised. Some time had passed by, the lion got hungry and started wandering around in the forest. But he could not notice the hunter's trap and got caught. He was hung in the air in a big net. He tried to break free from the net, but he could not do it. He was the king of the forest, so if he could yell for help, he would be humiliated, and all the hunters would hear him and come to get him faster. Being out of options, he began to wait. Meanwhile, the other animals living in the forest noticed the lion. But nobody could dare get close to him. When he was passing by, Little Mouse saw the lion, and he decided to help him. He went directly next to him. He started to climb the lion's long tail, and when he reached the net, he began to chew on it. At that moment, the bunny came running next to them.
Hey, buddy, hurry up. The hunters are coming.
The other animals who were gathered around suddenly started to run around when they heard the word hunter. But the mouse kept on chewing with persistence. In the end, the net was torn apart and the lion fell down and got away.
Come on, jump on my back. Let's get out of here.
The mouse jumped on the lion's back and they got away from there. All breathless, the lion arrived in front of his cave. He kneeled down and the mouse jumped off.
When you told me that one day you might be able to help me, I underestimated you. I thought you were a tiny mouse with no use at all. But you saved my life. Thank you.
It's my pleasure, my king.
You don't have to be afraid of me anymore. In fact, you do not need to fear anything because you're a very courageous mouse. If I am the king of the jungle, from now on, you are my courageous prince.
Lion and the mouse began to laugh. All the animals watching all that was happening from afar came out and applauded the courageous mouse. Mouse became best friends, and the forest lived in peace forever.